You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. AL West Baseball coming up from T-Mobile Park. It's the Texas Rangers and the Seattle Mariners, the two teams at the bottom of the AL West. There's Danny Santana on a 19-game hitting streak. He's starting this game at shortstop, and this one going to start momentarily. So on the mound for the Mariners to start, Marco Gonzalez, 3-10 in 16 starts with a 6.53 ERA. Gonzalez, in recent years, has been called upon to be a veteran and somebody to hold down the fort or on the top of the rotation, but this season, he's at 10 losses, something only a few pitchers have reached this year. Shin-Soo Choo, the leadoff hitter for the Rangers, and the first pitch from Gonzalez misses for a ball. The Mariners last in the AL West, one of a few teams left in all of baseball without 30 wins. They're 27 and 53.
First pitch, 7-10.
Shin-Soo Choo entering play, a .298 hitter, as he fouls that pitch off. The count is 1-1. Choo on the year is batting .298. He has 10 home runs and 35 RBIs. Has been a consistent designated hitter, but for his entire career, he's been an outfielder when not designated hitting. 2-1's the count. Shin-Soo Choo is a former prospect of the Seattle Mariners, though he never played Major League Baseball with them. Played a healthy amount of his career with the Indians, spent a short time with the Reds, and has been with the Rangers ever since 2014. Counts even 2-2. Choo, a veteran outfielder, has put up consistent contact numbers, but has some pop in his bat from time to time. That's fouled off. The count remains even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gonzalez's 2-2 pitch coming. That's fouled off, so another 2-2 pitch will be coming. Shin-Soo Choo, a native of South Korea. Counts full 3-2. Adam Eaton on deck, one of the best contact hitters the American League has seen this year. Chopped on the ground left side against the shift. Kyle Seager throws to White. That's out number 1. And with that, here's the starting lineup for the Texas Rangers. Joey Gallo back in the lineup. He just got activated from the injured list a couple of days ago. That's moved Danny Santana from center field to shortstop. And Zue Lin got sent down to AAA. That's an important bat in the Rangers lineup that they were missing. Also, Elvis Andrus is still on the injured list, and he'll be injured for no more than a week. He was placed on the 10-day injured list. Andrus, about 2 weeks ago, had an injury. He fractured his leg. But from Ranger reports, he should be back in the Rangers lineup within a month. Or excuse me, within a week. There's Lopes at short. Throws to White. Eaton grounds out, and that's 2 outs. Now on the top of the first inning. And here comes a player that Rangers fans have longed to see in the lineup since he got hurt. It's Joey Gallo. Gallo, a .300 average with 6 home runs and 15 RBIs. Most of those coming around the month of April. That's when he got hurt. But now he's back in the Rangers' order. Not playing right field, but center field. See the infield shifting him there. Exaggerated toward the right. But the Rangers traded for Adam Eaton. They struck a deal with the Nationals, so Eaton took over in right for Gallo while he was injured. But then Andrus got injured, so some puzzle pieces were moved around in the order, and now Gallo is the starting center fielder. That throws offline. Gallo reaches.
Batting fourth.
Kyle Seager charged with an error.
Billy Calhoun.
So that makes the first inning just go a little bit longer. At the top of the first inning, more specifically, Willie Calhoun comes to the plate. 273 hitter with 15 home runs and 49 RBIs entering play. But the question will become, whenever Andrews comes off the injured list, how will the Rangers maneuver their order? Because they have a strong batting order. Zhu-Wei Lin was one of the weakest spots, and he hasn't broken out in the majors yet for any team, not with the Red Sox or the Rangers, so it'll be intriguing to see what happens. D. Gordon makes that play. Calhoun's out at first, and that ends the top of the first inning. So no runs on no hits, one error in the inning, and one runner left on. Going to the bottom of the first, it's the Rangers 0 and the Mariners coming to bat. On the mound for the Rangers is Corey Kluber, former Cy Young Award winner with the Cleveland Indians, but hasn't been in his vintage form this season with the Rangers. Has a record of 3-8 in 16 starts, but a respectable earned run average at 384. And also he has 106 strikeouts, which is good for 5th best among American League pitchers.
Leading off.
D. Gordon comes up to the plate.
The second baseman.
241 hitter entering play.
Gordon.
Gordon tied for second in the American League with 15 stolen bases. His game has always been speed. This is the third ball club Gordon's ever played for in the majors. Started his career with the Los Angeles Dodgers, played for the Miami Marlins for a few seasons, and now with the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners have tried to put Gordon in center field. That was back when Robinson Cano was still on the team, so Gordon would play center and Cano would be at second. But ever since Cano got traded to the Mets, Gordon's been the starting second baseman. The Mariners also have Shed Long as one of their top infield prospects who can play second, and he's on the bench. One ball, two strike count. Lined into right field, that will fall in front of Adam Eaton. Leadoff single for D. Gordon. That starts the Mariners' offensive half of the first. And now here's Malik Smith. Smith tied with Gordon for second best in the American League. In stolen bases, he also has 15. But at the plate, he's a .236 hitter with 3 home runs and 26 RBIs. Runner goes from first. Outside, throw down from Chirinos is late. And D. Gordon is now tied Adalberto Mondesi for the most stolen bases in the American League. That's his 16th of the season. So bottom of the first inning, 1 ball, 1 strike count, nobody out, and Gordon now in scoring position at second base. And Smith has fallen behind in the count. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So other than stolen bases, no Mariners offensive player is in the top 10 in any other offensive category. They've struggled in multiple facets of the game. Their pitching has struggled and their hitters have struggled. So 1 out after the strikeout of Smith. Now here's Mitch Haniger. Haniger made his Major League debut with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Found himself with the Mariners a few seasons later. And he made the All-Star team, the American League All-Star team with the Mariners a couple years ago. And he's one of the Mariners' best hitters, though the Mariners, as mentioned just a moment ago, they struggled offensively this year. Mitch Haniger has the 4th highest average on the Mariners team, and his average is .235. Play made there by Danny Santana. So 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Here's the Mariners starting lineup. Daniel Vogelbach batting 5th. He's the designated hitter. He Had a breakout year last year, and he's been a consistent middle-of-the-order hitter this year. Also, Carlos Gonzalez is in the lineup batting 6th. He signed in free agency this offseason and made the roster. Now here's Kyle Seager, brother of Corey Seager, who's the shortstop of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Seager, a 206 hitter with 10 home runs. No ball, 1 strike count. Lined up the middle, that's a base hit. Gallo charges as Gordon tries to score. The throw goes all the way into home. Gordon's safe. And because of that, Seager advances to second.
The designated hitter, number 20.
So an RBI hit for Kyle Seager, and the Mariners strike first. It's 1-0. Now here's Daniel Vogelbach. Takes ball 1 outside. Vogelbach, a 235 hitter with 13 home runs and 32 RBIs entering play. He's also on a 10-game hitting streak entering this game today. That's fouled off. The count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Vogelbach was a former Chicago Cub. Didn't make much progress there, but he's been a consistent starter here with the Mariners. Chases that pitch, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kluber's ahead. One ball, 2 strike count on Daniel Vogelbach. Swing and a miss. And the first inning ends on a strikeout, but the Mariners got a run thanks to a Kyle Seager RBI base hit. And after 1 full inning, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up in the Rangers order. And the switch hitter, Danny Santana, starts this inning off with a line out to White at first base. So with 1 quick out, we'll take a look at the starting defense for the Mariners. Haniger in left, Smith in center, Gonzalez in right, Seager playing third, Lopes at short, Gordon at second, White at first, and Nola, the starting catcher. The Mariners have the worst fielding percentage in the American League. They're at a 981 fielding percentage as a team. Second pitch of the inning is fouled off by Todd Frazier. Frazier, a 225 hitter with 15 home runs and 34 RBIs, batting 6th in the Rangers order. Frazier, ever since leaving the Reds, has been a very hit-or-miss player. He has his peaks, and when he's on his peaks, he is a dangerous power hitter, but when he hits those valleys, it's strikeout after strikeout.
The count is 1 and 2.
And that's hurt his average as well. Strike 3 called. Right over the middle. It looked like a sinker had some downward action on it. Gonzalez with 1 strikeout now. That'll bring up Sam Travis. Travis, a platoon first baseman with Ronald Guzman. Travis, being a right-handed hitter, starts whenever there's a left-handed starter on the mound. Former Boston Red Sox. Signed with the Rangers this offseason. He takes strike 1. But Travis this season is a 325 hitter. Excuse me, 325 hitter with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. Tap around the ground to Lopes at short, but he bobbles the ball. So that's the second inning in a row where a 2-out ground ball resulted in an error. Kyle Seager made an error with 2 outs in the top of the first inning to let Joey Gallo reach, and now Sam Travis reaches on a Lopes error at shortstop. The Mariners haven't had a consistent answer to the shortstop position since they traded J.P. Crawford to the Rays. But Cesar Asturias Jr. got called up, but he struggled, got sent back down. They also have a Another shortstop prospect in AAA who's on the injured list. So Tim Lopes has been filling in, but that's just one example of the many struggles he's had defensively at shortstop. He's naturally a second baseman. Ground ball right side and foul. The count even 1-1 on Rougned Odor. Spent his entire career with the Rangers. Made his debut in 2014. He's been their consistent second baseman ever since. Travis back into first safely after the pickoff attempt. Still a 1-1 count on Odor. Inside counts 2-1. Two ball, one strike count. Here's the pitch. Ripped on the ground, past first base. Under White's glove, that'll get into the corner. Gonzalez plays it. Travis will stop at third base. They're not going to push it. So two runners in scoring position now with two away. Well, White almost had that play, but it was sharply hit and just went under his glove. Watch this again. There is Robinson Chirinos, the number 9 hitter, .210 average with 13 home runs and 35 RBIs. Had a breakout year last year, but it wasn't with the Rangers, it was with the Astros. The Astros had signed him to a 1-year contract, and he helped them get to the World Series. He hit free agency again this offseason and signed back with the Rangers. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Outside counts 2-1. Other than the 1 year with the Astros, Chirinos has played all of his years with the Rangers. On the ground left side, there's Seager. Throws to Evan White. Chirinos out at first, and the Mariners escape danger. No runs on a hit in that inning. 1 error committed, and 2 runners left on base. After 1.5 innings, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. And there's some monthly splits for Carlos Gonzalez. Had a great month of May in terms of average, but in June he struggled. Corey Kluber gave up a run in the bottom of the first inning. Here he is pitching in the second. Gonzalez in total has a .280 average with 4 home runs and 28 RBIs. Former star with the Colorado Rockies.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Made his debut in 2008 with the Oakland Athletics. Played the bulk of his career, though, with the Rockies. Had a brief stint with the Cubs last season. Signed this past offseason with the Mariners. Made the Major League roster, and he's been starting in right field. It's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the former All-Star right fielder. You got a former Cy Young Award winner against a former All-Star.
Ball 3.
Well, these two never played each other regularly, considering that Gonzalez was mostly in the National League and Kluber was pitching for the Indians in the American League. Ripped down the right field line, and that will fall foul, so the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Corey Kluber racks up another strikeout. That's 3 now in the game. 1 out in the bottom of the second. So that'll bring up Austin Nola. Nola, a .261 hitter with 1 home run and 17 RBIs. Chops that pitch foul. The count's 0-1. Nola starting this game catching. He and Tom Murphy have been platoon catchers. Neither one of them have played more than the other, really. But Nola got hot in mid-May, so he's been starting more recently than Murphy has, but Murphy still on the roster as a backup catcher. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. That's strike 2, and the count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ripped on the ground left side. That's a base hit for Austin Nola. So Nola's on at first with 1 out. And here comes Evan White to the plate. Evan White won back-to-back Rookie of the Month awards. He won in April and May. He enters June with a .262 average, 9 home runs, and 27 RBIs. Evan White, the starting first baseman. He's gone 4 for 12 over his last 3 games. A very promising young infielder for this Mariners team that is desperate for a winning season. On the ground right side, Odor, Santana. Back to Travis, that's a double play. That ends the second inning. So the Mariners get no runs on 1 hit, and after the double play, they left nobody on base. Going to the third inning, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Coming to the top of the third, the Rangers have their top of the order coming up to the plate. Shin-Soo Choo, Adam Eaton, and Joey Gallo. Choo in his career 9 for 24 against Gonzalez. No ball, 1 strike pitch. Chopped on the ground, foul. The count 0-2, and the infield is shifted to the right. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between these two teams. The Rangers won yesterday 9-3. Strike 3 called on Choo. Well-placed pitch by Gonzalez. That's 2 strikeouts now for him.
The right fielder, number 2, Adam.
And that's the first out of the third inning. That'll bring up Adam Eaton to the plate. Eaton, a former outfielder with the Washington Nationals, was a World Series champion with them last year. And when Joey Gallo got hurt, Eaton was acquired by the Rangers from the Nationals, and Eaton started in right field. He's still starting in right field. Gallo's playing center. Eaton was producing well with the Nationals until he got traded to the Rangers, but hasn't missed a beat. Has a .325 average with 6 home runs and 38 RBIs. That's entering play. Doesn't account for him getting out in his first at-bat. But entering play, his average was good for 8th best in the American League. Two ball, 1 strike count. On the ground toward the middle. Played by Gordon. Throws to White. That's out number 2. So Eaton now 0 for 2 in the game, and with 2 outs, home run happy Joey Gallo comes to the plate. Gallo 0 for 1 officially, but he did reach base on an error by Kyle Seager back in the first inning. The infield shifted to the right, anticipating Gallo to pull the ball. That's foul. The count's 0-1. Gallo in 5 seasons has 116 career home runs. He's also a versatile player. Can play every outfield position and can play the corner infield positions. Chopped on the ground toward the middle. Played by Lopes. Throws to White. Gallo's out at first, and that ends the top of the third inning. A quick inning for Marco Gonzalez on the mound. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Going to the bottom of the third, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Coming to the bottom of the third inning, 9-1-2 hitters are due up for the Mariners. Tim Lopes, D. Gordon, and Malik Smith. Tim Lopes is the starting shortstop, though the Mariners haven't had an answer to the shortstop position for a little over a month now. J.P. Crawford was the starting shortstop for them to enter the year, but he got traded to the Rays. He struggled to start the year, and he struggled in Tampa Bay as well. He's right now in AAA with them. That's popped into the air. Sam Travis makes the catch. So one quick out to start the bottom of the third inning. And the top of the order comes back up for the Mariners. D. Gordon singled, stole a base, and scored on a Kyle Seager RBI base hit back in the first inning.
Inside, ball one.
The only run so far for either side, though we're still in the first third of this ball game. Gordon 3 for 13 off Corey Kluber in his career. On the ground left side. Santana to Travis. That's out number 2 in the bottom of the third inning, and Kluber getting through this inning quickly. So with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning, Mallex Smith will come to the plate. He struck out in his first at bat in the first inning. Line drive foul. The count's 0-1. Nothing in one pitch to the former Atlanta Brave and Tampa Bay Ray. Smith has always been known for his speed on the base paths. He's pretty good defensively out in the outfield, too. But hasn't been a consistent hitter, neither for power nor for average. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming from Corey Kluber to Mallex Smith. Just a bit outside, counts even 2-2. Pitch ran away from the zone. Swing and a miss. Got him to swing over it. That ends the third inning. Corey Kluber settled down since that first inning. No runs on no hits and nobody left on for the Mariners in the third. Moving into the fourth inning, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Middle of the order coming to the plate for the Rangers: Willie Calhoun, Danny Santana, and Todd Frazier. Calhoun is 0 for 1. Grounded out in his first at bat. Entering this fourth inning, Marco Gonzalez has given up just 1 hit to the Rangers. A couple of Rangers hitters have reached base on errors. But that hasn't hurt him to this point. He's still throwing a shutout coming into the middle part of this ball game. One ball, 1 strike count. Ripped through the shift. Evan White couldn't make the play. The infield had that played perfectly, but that was a threaded needle through the infield. Look at that. Just past White and out of the reach of Gordon. So nobody out, runner on first, and Danny Santana up to the plate. Santana lined out to White at first base in his first at bat. He's a switch hitter batting from the right side of the plate against the lefty Gonzalez. Too far in the dirt. The count's 2-0. Santana on a 19-game hitting streak entering play. Has an opportunity to extend that to 20 in this game. That's foul. Counts 2-1. Two-one pitch. Outside, counts 3-1. Danny Santana, a former Atlanta Brave, but in his first year with the Rangers last season, he broke out. And he's been a regular starter for them ever since, and he can play almost every position. Grounded left side, Lopes to Gordon. To White, that's a double play. Out at second is Calhoun, and out at first is Santana, so the base is cleared with 2 outs at the top of the fourth. And Todd Frazier's coming up to the plate. Frazier 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second inning. Now with 224 hitter, his average dropped after his most recent at-bat. Frazier, a former Cincinnati Red, Chicago White Sox, New York Yankee, and New York Met. Now playing third base for the Rangers.
0-1's the count.
Signed a multi-year deal in the offseason.
1-1.
The Rangers, there were rumors going around that the Rangers were going to go after Josh Donaldson to play third base, but
1 ball, 2 strikes.
they decided to take Frazier instead, saved them a bit of money, and gave them an established name at the hot corner.
Inside.
Meanwhile, Josh Donaldson has been tearing it up with the Twins, who he ended up signing with in free agency.
Count full.
Count full 3-2. The Twins in first in the AL Central. The Rangers fourth in the AL West. Full count pitch on Gonzalez. Ripped into left field. A diving attempt by Haniger. He can't make the play, and Frazier's going to try to extend it to extra bases. The throw is not in time. Frazier slid around that tag, attempted to be applied by Gordon.
Sam Bradley.
And he hustles himself into a double. Watch that slide, a well-executed slide. The throw was to the outside part of the bag, and Frazier slid in on the left side. So now a runner in scoring position, though it's still early. That represents the tying run. White makes the play. Gonzalez covers Travis out at first. And the top of the fourth inning is over. The Rangers get no runs on one hit and leave one runner on base. After 3.5 innings, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 3-4-5 hitters due up in the Mariners' order to begin this half inning. Mitch Haniger, Kyle Seager, and Daniel Vogelbach. Kluber at 40 pitches entering this inning. And Haniger takes strike one.
0-1.
Also, this is Major League Baseball's virtual network, as mentioned before. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notifications on when we go live and when we upload videos.
No ball.
MLB Virtual Network is the name of the channel. You can also check out our Twitter page, at Virtual MLB's the handle, where you'll get notifications and updates on injuries, trades, and other transactions that happen among teams. And every video we post to YouTube, we also post to Twitter. Top foul, the count's still 1-2. Just a bit inside, counts even 2-2. Also, for those of you new to the channel, we do have a results and standings update at the end of every day. If you're wondering what the updates category of our homepage is on YouTube, or what it is when it shows up on our Twitter page, we recap every game at the end of every day while updating you on standings at the end of every day, and we also cover the league leaders at the end of every given day, so you can stay up to date on your favorite team, how your favorite team's division is doing, how the wildcard standings are doing, and who the best players in the league are in multiple categories, offensive and pitching. Out to left field, that's going to fall. Leadoff single for Mitch Haniger as Calhoun gets that one in.
Up next is the Adams.
So leadoff single for the Mariners, who have a 1-0 lead, and here comes the cleanup hitter Kyle Seager. 1 for 1 with an RBI single. That was back in the first inning, the only run scored by either team to this point. Also, for those of you new to the channel, there are 3 guaranteed games on this channel every day. So you can look forward to that. And we have 3 guaranteed games every day to ensure that every Major League team is featured at least once a week on this channel.
1 ball, 1 strike.
So this is the third of 3 games today, but tomorrow our 3 games are the Red Sox and Angels playing at 4:05 Eastern Time The Orioles and Yankees are playing at 7:05 Eastern Time, and the Dodgers and Diamondbacks are playing at 9:10 Eastern Time. So you can check those 3 games out tomorrow. One or all of them, but they'll be there. And then, as usual, our results and standings update will follow. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Kyle Seager, the third baseman of the Mariners. On the ground left side, Santana to Odor. Over to Travis, that's a double play. So Haniger's leadoff single is erased. He forced out at second. And Seager out at first. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Now the base is empty. And take a look at this play again. Santana showing off his versatility, making a smooth play there at shortstop. Fed well to Odor, who transitioned it well to first. And now 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Daniel Vogelbach. Struck out in the first inning against Kluber. Kluber above 50 pitches now, but still throwing efficiently for this point in the game. The count is no balls and 1 strike on the designated hitter of the Mariners, former Chicago Cub. Had a breakout year with the Mariners last season. As he fouls that pitch off, the count's 0-2. Has definitely succeeded more against right-handed pitching and definitely can be classified as more of a power hitter than a contact hitter.
1 and 2.
Kluber still ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got him to chase, but Vogelbach got his bat on the ball, fouled it off. Count remains 1-2. Down low, count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kluber getting close to 60 pitches. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off, and most likely Kluber will throw a 60th pitch in this bottom of the 4th inning. Vogelbach making him work a bit. Strike 3 on the swing. So an elongated at bat ends in a strikeout, which ends the 4th inning. No runs on a hit for the Mariners. Nobody left on base. Going into the 5th, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. And there's Heidi Watney, who's probably saying something important or prominent to this game. And while we appreciate her knowledge, she does not have the ability to speak right now. So, oh well, but we'll move on. The Rangers have their 8-9 hitters due up in this half inning. Rougned Odor, Robinson Chirinos, and Shin-Soo Choo. Odor doubled in the 2nd inning. That double put runners on 2nd and 3rd, but the Rangers failed to score. That was their best chance at getting runs. Other than that, Marco Gonzalez has been almost untouchable. He's given up a few hits, a couple other runners reached due to errors. But Gonzalez has been solid in his start to this point. Counts 0-2.
Count 0-2.
That's top foul. The count still no balls and 2 strikes on Rougned Odor. Has spent his entire career with the Rangers. Made his debut in 2014. Been their starting second baseman ever since. And he swings and misses at that pitch. Gonzalez with 3 strikeouts now. That's the first out of the top of the 5th.
The catcher, Robinson.
That was a breaking ball, well placed. Started inside, but then broke low and over that lower inside corner. So now here's Robinson Chirinos. His average has dropped to 209 since grounding out in the 2nd inning. 13 home runs and 35 RBIs for him. One ball, no strike count. That's hit in the air. And foul. The count even 1-1. Chirinos in yesterday's win went 2 for 5 with a home run. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between these two teams. The Rangers won yesterday 9-3. Game 3 will be tomorrow.
Ball, that's out.
This is also the conclusion of a homestand that the Mariners have been on. That'll get through the shift. The infield was expecting him to pull the ball, and he hit it up the middle. And it got through the left center side of the infield. So a one-out single for Robinson Chirinos, and the top of the order coming back up. Here's Shin-Soo Choo, the designated hitter.
1-0.
He's over 2 at the top of the lineup, struck out and grounded out. One ball, no strike pitch coming from Marco Gonzalez. That's a strike, counts even 1-1. Swing and a miss, the count's 1-2. Shin-Soo Choo, a veteran in the league now, former Cleveland Indian, Cincinnati Red, now playing for the Rangers. Been here for a few seasons. He used to have a very well-versed game, but as he's aged, his hitting, mostly his contact, has been noticeable, but doesn't run too well anymore. Doesn't have great power abilities, and defensively has struggled as well. That's why he's the designated hitter. White makes the play, throws the loops for 1, and White covers the bag once again to get the double play completed. So the Rangers get no runs on a hit, or that hit was erased after the double play to end the top of the 5th. After 4.5 innings, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up in the Mariners' order to begin this half inning. Carlos Gonzalez, Austin Nola, and Evan White. Corey Kluber now pitching in his 5th inning of work.
That's outside.
Starter of this game that has struggled for his standards. Kluber's a former Cy Young Award winner with the Cleveland Indians. Has been an all-star on more than one occasion in the American League with them. Also pitched in the World Series with the 2016 Indians. This season, though, his record has struggled. And his ERA, while still under 4, is high for his standards. Yet he's still the ace of this Rangers team, a team that is looking to right the ship after having 3 not-so-successful seasons.
Ball.
Counts 3-1.
Count is 3.
The Rangers had won the AL West in 2015 and 2016, but both years had first-round exits in the playoffs, and then they've struggled over the last 3 years. That ball falls in. A leadoff bloop single for Carlos Gonzalez.
Catcher, Austin.
Watch this again. Not a bad executed pitch by Corey Kluber. Gonzalez didn't hit it hard. He actually hit it off the inside part of the bat on the handle, but hit it in a place where no fielder could get it. And as a result, he has a single, and he's a leadoff base runner for the Mariners. Now here's Austin Nola, who singled in his last and only at-bat to this point in the game. That's inside, counts 1-0. The AL West has been a competitive division over the last decade. And the only team not to win the division in the 2010 decade was the Seattle Mariners, a team that hasn't made playoffs since the early 2000s. The Mariners had a couple years in the 2010s, though, where they could have been a wild card contender. But they fell short on 2 separate occasions to the Athletics, most notably in 2018, when it seemed like they had the first wild card spot locked up. But they had one of the worst Septembers that any club has ever seen. And they fell short a game to the Athletics for that second wild card spot in the 2018 season. Mariners have had some unfortunate circumstances. They've just been a team that has struggled. 3-ball, 1-strike pitch. On the grounded foul, the count full 3-2. The Rangers last won the division in 2016. They had back-to-back division winning years. Ground ball left side, bobbled a bit. Still 1 out. That's a double play. Even though Frazier bobbled that ball, the Rangers infield turned 2. Wow, that is shocking, but Gonzalez out at second and Nola out at first. And here comes Evan White. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 5th inning. Evan White won Rookie of the Month in both April and May for American League players. That's hit in the air out to center field on the first pitch. Joey Gallo under it, he makes the catch. And the 5th inning has come to an end. The Mariners get no runs on 1 hit and leave nobody on base. After 5 full innings, it's the Mariners 1 and the Rangers 0. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up in the Rangers order to begin this half inning. Adam Eaton, Joey Gallo, and Willie Calhoun. Marco Gonzalez still on the mound. Has yet to give up a run to this point, but it's still close. The Mariners haven't made this game out of reach yet. The Rangers still a run away from tying it and 2 runs away from taking the lead. Out toward left field, there's Mitch Haniger. That's out number 1.
The center fielder, number 13, Joey.
So 1 quick out. Joey Gallo now comes to the plate as the number 3 hitter. Also, if you've been listening to this voice and you've just been asking yourself, hey, that's not Matt Vasgersian, well, that is the case. My name's Nicholas Callis. Sometimes Matt Vasgersian, Mark DeRosa, and Dan Plesac announce the games, but other times I step in just to provide you with live commentary, more intelligent commentary. Not that the video game commentary isn't good, but you can't beat human intelligence. Not virtual intelligence, so that's why I come on and I try to give you prominent information and more than generic commentary. Out to right field, the catch made by Carlos Gonzalez. And Marco Gonzalez has induced 2 quick outs to begin this 6th inning. Take a look at this play again. Gonzalez almost overran it. You see, there was a line drive that had some spin on it that made it kept carrying, but Gonzalez was able to reach up and catch it. So 2 outs, top of the 6th inning, and here's Willie Calhoun. He's 1 for 2. He hit a single in his most recent at-bat.
Nope.
That's ball 1 down low, counts 1-0. Willie Calhoun, a 4th-round draft pick of the Rangers in 2015. He's amassed a pretty solid career to this point. Grounds that to Lopes, so the shift works out for the Mariners. The top of the 6th inning comes to an end. The Rangers get no runs on no hits and leave no runners on base after 5.5 innings. The Mariners lead the Rangers 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Mariners in this half inning. Tim Lopes, D. Gordon, and Malik Smith. The Mariners scored back in the 1st inning after D. Gordon singled, stole a base, and with 2 outs, Kyle Seager singled him home. The only run to this point for either team. Ball but at second base by Rougned Odor, and that will allow Lopes to reach. That's a tough call on that one. That would have been a tough play for Odor to make, so at the moment, we'll call that a base hit. Now here's D. Gordon. As mentioned before, he singled, stole a base, and scored a run back in the 1st inning. The only run for either team to this point. Kluber's settled down since that 1st inning. Gonzalez has been in one real jam for the Mariners, but hasn't given up a run yet. Though there was early offense, this has turned into quite a pitcher's duel. The Rangers have no runs on 4 hits. The Mariners 1 run on 6 hits. Mariners have also committed 2 errors. Left side foul. The count's now 1-2. One ball, 2 strike count on the former National League All-Star D. Gordon. Gordon was a part of that Marlins team that showed some promise from 2014 to 2016, but the Marlins continued to struggle into 2017, so Gordon was traded to the Mariners in between the 2017 and 2018 offseason. Catch made by Odor. Gordon pops up and pops out for the first out of the bottom of the 6th. And now Mallex Smith comes to the plate. Smith is 0 for 2, and he's gotten down twice on strikeouts against Kluber, facing him for the 3rd time in this game. Mallex Smith, a former Atlanta Brave and Tampa Bay Ray. Line toward right field. Eaton can't make the play. He tried to turn his glove almost to backhand catch that ball, and he couldn't handle it. Watch this again. Well, I guess we're not going to see. I thought they were going to show Eaton trying to catch the ball, but they did not. Well, anyway, here is Mitch Haniger, who's 1 for 2. 1 for 2 in the game, 2 for 6 in the series. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between these two teams. The Rangers won yesterday 9-3. Today is game 2, and tomorrow will be game 3. But we're not covering game 3. You'll be able to see what the score was after all games have been played throughout Major League Baseball. You can check out our results and standings update to find out how every team did, all 30 teams in Major League Baseball who played on any given day. And we also update you on standings and league leaders, so you can stay up to date on the most important information around this simulated Major League Baseball league. Ripped down the left field line and foul. The count even 2-2. Lopes on second. Smith on first, 1 out. Line drive right field. That's a base hit. Eaton comes up throwing. The throw is offline. Lopes scores from second base. Smith moves from first to third and aboard at first base with an RBI single is Mitch Haniger, and the Mariners extend their lead. It's 2-0. Wasn't a bad pitch by Kluber, but Haniger extended well. Hit it into right field on a pitch that was outside. And that's going to do it for Corey Kluber, who pitches into the 6th inning. But gave up 2 earned runs. His line score not complete yet. The runners on base are his responsibility. And at this point in time, he's in line for the loss. Here's Nick Goody, out of the bullpen for the Rangers, making his 44th appearance of the year. Has a 3.44 ERA and 49 2/3 innings pitched. He's averaging slightly more than an inning per appearance. And here comes Kyle Seager, 1 for 2. He had an RBI single back in inning number 1, which was the first run for the Mariners. The Mariners just got their 2nd run of the game in this bottom of the 6th inning, and that hit chased Corey Kluber from the game. That's a strike, counts even 1-1. Nick Goody, a former reliever with the Cleveland Indians. Also a former prospect pitcher with the New York Yankees. Didn't pitch too much in New York, but pitched frequently when he was in Cleveland. Now trying to help bolster this Rangers bullpen. A Rangers team that has struggled in recent years. The Rangers are 4th in the AL West as of right now. The Mariners are 5th, so this is a battle of 2 of the bottom teams in the division. The count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Inside, counts full, 3-2. Three ball, 2 strike pitch. Mallex Smith is on third, and Mitch Haniger's on first. High fly ball into right field. Eaton running after it. Eaton's able to make the catch, but Smith will tag from third base. And he scores. Sacrifice fly for Kyle Seager. That's his second run batted in of the game, and it's now 3-0. The Mariners still have the lead. That'll bring up Daniel Vogelbach with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Vogelbach has struck out twice, but facing a new arm in Nick Goody.
1-0.
Counts 1-0. Vogelbach second on the Mariners with 13 home runs. Mitch Haniger has the most home runs on the Mariners with 16. The 1-0 misses outside, counts 2 balls and no strikes. The Mariners have scored 2 in this bottom of the 6th inning, 3 overall. The Rangers have been blanked to this point. Popped up. Shallow outfield. Rougned Odor seems to have a play. He makes the catch, and the 6th inning comes to an end. The Mariners strike for 2 in the inning, thanks to RBIs by Mitch Haniger and Kyle Seager. After 6 full innings, the Mariners have the lead over the Rangers. It's 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up in the Rangers order to begin this half inning. Danny Santana, Todd Frazier, and Sam Travis. Santana, switch hitter, batting from the right side of the plate. Fouled off, the count 0-2. So Corey Kluber got chased from the game in that bottom of the 6th inning. He officially gave up 3 earned runs in 6+ innings pitched, or 5+ innings pitched. And he's in line for the loss. Meanwhile, Marco Gonzalez still working on a shutout. He's over 80 pitches, but for the most part, he's kept the Rangers hitters in check. On the ground right side, White comes off the bag, throws to Gonzalez, who covers first. Santana's out. That's how the 7th inning begins. So 1 out top of the 7th, and Todd Frazier comes up to the plate. He doubled back in the 4th inning, but the Rangers haven't had too much offense, so it's been that long since he's come up to the plate. Ground ball right side against the shift and through the infield. 1 out single for Todd Frazier. It's his 2nd hit of the game.
Now batting, the first baseman, Sam Travis.
So the Rangers have a base runner with 1 out. And with that, Sam Travis comes to the plate. Travis has grounded out twice, and like Frazier, he hasn't batted since the 4th inning. His average has fallen from 325 to 320 after going 0 for 2. Sam Travis, a former Boston Red Sox, but didn't play too much for their major league club. Now with the Rangers, he's been playing consistently. He's been a platoon first baseman. And he hits that pitch into the gap. Smith will play it off the wall. Frazier rounds third, but stops there. And Sam Travis strolls into second with a double. That puts both runners in scoring position with 1 out. And that also brings the tying run for the Rangers to the plate. Just a wall-struck ball in the gap. That was Travis's first hit. Now here's Rougned Odor, who's 1 for 2. He doubled back in the 2nd inning. And has an opportunity here to end the shutout with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. Gonzalez up to 85 pitches now in his pitch count. Counts 1-0. And don't forget you're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name's Nicholas Callis. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. MLB Virtual Network is the name. Just type that in the search bar and you'll see us. You can also follow us on Twitter. @VirtualMLB is the handle. Up the middle. Lopes with a diving stop. Throws to White. And though a run scores on the play, that saved the Mariners and Gonzalez from getting into a jam. They get an out and prevent another runner from getting on base. Well, Tim Lopes, who made an error earlier in the game, makes a shining play there, which very well makes up for it. And that play could very well change the tide of this game. So 2 outs, runner on third. And here's Robinson Chirinos. Chirinos is 1 for 2, also a .213 hitter with runners in scoring position this season. Gonzalez moving upward on 90 pitches now. Chopped on the ground left side. Seager throws to White. Gonzalez has completed 7 full innings on the mound. Well, we gave up a run in this inning. The Mariners still have the lead. It's 3-1 going to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. And here comes Austin Brice out of the Rangers bullpen, making his 40th appearance of the season. In 45 1/3 innings pitched, he has an ERA of .576. And he'll start by facing the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the Mariners order: Carlos Gonzalez, Austin Nola, and Evan White. Gonzalez 1 for 2 in this game. He singled for his only hit. Austin Brice, a former member of the Cincinnati Reds, the Miami Marlins, and the Boston Red Sox.
Nope. 1-1.
You see Brett Martin warming up in the Rangers bullpen, a left-handed pitcher. But Brice now playing for the Rangers. He got traded here in the month of April. Brice came to the Brice came to the Rangers with Zhu Wei Lin, who was the starting shortstop before getting sent down when Joey Gallo got activated from the injured list. That's fouled off. The count still 1-2. At the bottom of the 7th inning, the Mariners have a 3-1 lead. This is game 2 of a 3-game series. The Mariners with a late lead are in position to even up the series and force a rubber match tomorrow night. It's fouled off. The count still 1-2. Also, I talked about Brett Martin warming up in the bullpen, and don't forget the new rule in Major League Baseball states that when a pitcher comes into a game, he must throw to 3 hitters or get the final out of a given inning. So Brice will have to at least face Gonzalez, Nola, and White before being eligible for replacement. Grounded to Odor, throws to Travis. Gonzalez out at first. That's how the bottom of the 7th begins. So that'll bring up Austin Nola, who's 1 for 2. He had a single back in the 2nd inning. That's upped his average a bit. His average is bumped to .264, and unless he gets 4 at-bats, his average will have gone up from the one he had entering play. High strike, counts 0-1. And Nola not too much of a fan of that call. It seems universal that hitters don't like high strike calls, especially on a breaking ball like that where it's a bit harder to tell where it crosses the plate. Counts even at 1-1, but the home plate umpire dictates all. when it comes to the strike zone. Let's count 1-1. Also, speaking of the high strike, just for your reference, it is a common misconception that the strike zone is formed on the letters of a jersey or at the chest of a batter.
I got to count.
The top of the strike zone is actually formed by the midpoint between a batter's waist and a batter's top of the head. As Nola swings and misses, that's out number 2.
The first baseman, number 12.
And sometimes it's hard for umpires to create that line, because it is a very abstract concept. But the top of the strike zone, again, is the midpoint between a batter's waist and the top of a batter's head. It has nothing to do with the letters or the chest of a batter. Lopes, first pitch ground ball to Santana, throws to Travis. And the 7th inning has come to an end. No runs on, no hits, and nobody left on for the Mariners. After 7 full innings, it's the Mariners 3 and the Rangers 1.
Your attention, please.
Carl Edwards Jr. comes out of the bullpen, and he'll pitch for the Mariners to start the 8th inning.
Edwards Jr.
Former Chicago Cub, also a World Series champion with the Cubs in 2016.
Leading off for the Rangers, the designated hitter, Shin-Soo Choo.
Carl Edwards Jr. has also pitched for the San Diego Padres in his career, but signed with the Mariners this offseason. The Mariners haven't had a strong bullpen in years, but Carl Edwards Jr., with the signing of him, he's one of the top bullpen arms now on this team. Fly ball by Choo out to left field. Haniger makes that play. And that's 1 out in the top of the 8th inning.
The right fielder, number 2.
So Marco Gonzalez pitched 7 full innings, gave up 1 earned run on 6 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 3. So he forced contact by not walking many and not striking out many. And 1 earned run given up. Caught by Tim Lopes at shortstop on a liner by Adam Eaton.
The center fielder, number 13.
Well played there. Eaton robbed of a hit. Let's watch this again. Edwards kind of left that hanging over the plate. Lopes with another strong play. He made a diving play last inning with runners on second and third to prevent 2 runs from scoring. Also recorded an out, and then Gonzalez got out of it with just 1 earned run given up. Lopes made an error back in the 2nd inning, but has seemingly made up for that now. They got a hit on offense and made 2 sparkling plays on defense. It's a no-ball, 1 strike count on Joey Gallo. That's a hanging breaking ball, but Gallo didn't pull the trigger, and he falls behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Edwards Jr. ahead in the count. Gets Gallo to foul off the 0-2 pitch, so we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes on Gallo. Edwards Jr. got 2 quick outs. Has thrown 6 pitches and has Gallo down on the count. Too high, counts 1 and 2. That last fastball was 95 miles per hour. 1-2 pitch. Inside, count evens up 2 and 2. Gallo's staying disciplined in this at bat. Hasn't swung at too many pitches. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Willie Calhoun would bat next. And Carl Edwards Jr. will reach double digits on his pitch count in this inning. Looked like that might not happen, but it will. 10th pitch is the strikeout pitch. 95-mile-per-hour fastball gets by Gallo. And the top of the 8th inning has come to an end. The Rangers get no runs on no hits and leave no runners on base. After 7.5 innings, it's the Mariners 3 and the Rangers 1.
Now pitching for the Rangers,
And here comes Brett Martin.
number 59, Brett Martin.
He'll pitch now for the Rangers. This is his 17th appearance of the season, and his ERA is a 3.18.
Leading up for the Mariners,
9-1-2 hitters due up for the Mariners in this half inning. Tim Lopes, Dee Gordon, and Malik Smith. Lopes, one of the 3 required hitters that Martin has to face, who is a righty. The other 2 are lefties. That's Dee Gordon and Malik Smith. Nothing in one pitch. Too high. Counts 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 1-1 to the Mariners shortstop. Just a bit outside. Counts 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count even up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tim Lopes 1 for 2. Strike 3 called over the outside edge. And Lopes accepts that. Martin excited.
the batter, number 9.
1 batter faced, 1 strikeout. And with that, the top of the order coming back up for the Mariners. It's Dee Gordon. Dee Gordon has a hit in 3 at-bats. He grounds that to Santana at shortstop. The infield was playing him in. Of course, he is a speed threat, so works out for the Rangers. Santana to Travis. That's out number 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that'll bring up Malik Smith, who is 1 for 3. Smith singled back in inning number 6 and later scored on a Kyle Seager sacrifice fly. 2 righties in the bullpen, Luis Garcia and Cody Allen. The Mariners got a run in the first inning.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Dee Gordon singled, stole a base, and then scored on a Kyle Seager single. And then in the 6th inning, the Mariners got runs on a Mitch Haniger RBI single and a Kyle Seager sacrifice fly.
2-1.
The Rangers just 1 run to this point in the game. And at least they'll be down by 2 runs going into the 9th inning. 2 outs, 2-1 count on Malik Smith,
That's ball 3.
the center fielder of the Mariners, and he takes upstairs, counts 3-1. Mitch Haniger would bat next if Smith can find a way to reach. And also, Smith is the last hitter that Martin is required to face.
Nope.
That's ball 4, so Martin can be substituted out now after the 2-out walk and the righty coming to the plate and Mitch Haniger.
Now batting, left fielder, Mitch Haniger.
Mitch Haniger is 2 for 3, has a couple singles, one of which resulted in an RBI. He's now 3 for 7 in the series. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between these 2 AL Western Division teams.
No, he's safe.
The Rangers won yesterday 9-3, and the Mariners have a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 8th. A runner on and 2 outs. The former American League All-Star Mitch Haniger at the plate. Runner goes from first. That's outside. Thrown down by Chirinos is late.
He's safe.
So now there's a 3-way tie in the American League for the stolen base leader. Adalberto Mondesi, Dee Gordon, and now Malik Smith all have 16 stolen bases.
Ball.
That's inside, counts 2-0. Down the left field line, that ball goes foul. Haniger still ahead in the count. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Alex Smith in scoring position at second base. 2-ball, 2-strike count. On the ground toward the middle. That's a base hit. Smith will round third and come in to score as Gallo gets that one into second. That's Haniger's second RBI of the game. So Kyle Seager has a couple RBIs, as does Mitch Haniger. The Mariners now have a 4-1 lead over the Rangers with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. And this is something that Haniger has done consistently since being in Seattle. Very good at just making contact, hard contact and solid contact, and that's an example of a hit that doesn't necessarily get the attention of fans like a home run would, but it's an efficient hit that gets through the infield on the ground and brings across a run. So the Mariners up 3. So no ball, 1-strike count on Kyle Seager, who's 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the first inning and hit a sacrifice fly in the 6th. So this is his 4th plate appearance of the game. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Brett Martin. Ripped down the right field line and foul. The count's still 0-2. Martin still ahead. Corey Kluber gave up 3 of the 4 Mariners runs. Brett Martin with 1.
1 ball.
Counts 1-2. Martin up to 20 pitches now in this inning. Got the first 2 outs quickly. Got Lopes and Gordon out, but then walked Malik Smith, who stole second, and then scored on Mitch Haniger's single. 1-2 pitch. That's fouled off. 96 miles per hour on that last fastball. One ball, 2-strike pitch. Ooh.
I got to count 2-2.
Yeah, no, it's commonly accepted that hitters can accept pitchers pitching in until a fastball runs up and in like that. That's why Seager gave a little stare to the mound. But he's back in the box. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Outside, counts full 3-2. Mitch Haniger should be running on the pitch with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. There he goes. And that's foul. So Haniger will go back to first, and another full count pitch will come from Martin. There goes Haniger again. And that's fouled off again. Another breaking ball that Seager got out in front of. Brett Martin at 25 pitches in this half inning. Full count pitch again. On the ground right side, played by Travis. Will go and step on first himself. So Seager out at first. And that ends the 8th inning. The Mariners get another run thanks to another Mitch Haniger RBI single. Last chance for the Rangers coming in the top of the 9th. It's the Mariners 4 and the Rangers 1.
Ladies and gentlemen,
here comes Matt McGill to pitch now for the Mariners, making his 30th appearance of the season.
number 61.
This is his 26th save opportunity of the year and in position to earn his 19th. Hasn't been lights out as a 4.08 ERA, but
Leading off the Texans, the left fielder, number 5.
still has a healthy amount of saves. And in position to get one here against the division rival. Counts 0-1, middle of the order due up for the Rangers in this half inning. Willie Calhoun, Danny Santana, and Todd Frazier.
1-1.
So Corey Kluber in position to lose the game. Marco Gonzalez in line for the win. And Matt McGill with an opportunity to earn a save.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Willie Calhoun 1 for 3. Swing and a miss, counts 2-2. And don't forget, you're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Rangers won yesterday, and the Mariners in position to win today. They just have to get through this top of the 9th inning. Good discipline by Calhoun. Doesn't go up the ladder. Takes ball 4, and that's a leadoff walk for the Rangers to start the 9th inning. And I just mentioned this, but Matt Magill, though he does have 18 saves, he has not been lights out as the closer of the Mariners this year. He's blown 7 saves. He's 18 for 25.
Count 1-0.
1 ball, no strike count on Danny Santana, switch hitter batting from the left side, and newly named the shortstop of this Rangers team. 1 ball, no strike count. Down low, counts 2-0. Santana, switch hitter, also versatile in the field. Can play almost every position. Catcher and pitcher are not on his list, but everywhere else is fair game, and he can play there and play there well. Popped into the air. There's Tim Lopes at shortstop. He makes the catch. That's out number 1 to start the 9th inning.
Now batting, the third baseman, Todd.
So 1 out. Willie Calhoun on first base, and that'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Todd Frazier, who has a couple hits in this game, including a single and a double. Magill's first pitch to Frazier misses low, and the count is 1-0. On the ground left side, there's Lopes to Gordon. Over to White. That's a double play, and that concludes this ball game. The Mariners win game 2, and the series now split, which makes tomorrow a rubber match. But a well-played ball game, also a well-pitched ball game, though Kluber fell short toward the end, and the bullpen didn't help out for the Rangers. It was still a well-pitched ball game, a well-played ball game, and an exciting one between 2 division opponents. Mariners win 4-1. Marco Gonzalez earned the win, his 4th of the year. Corey Kluber now 3-9 after getting the losing decision. And Magill earned his 19th save of the year. Quick scoring recap. The Mariners got a run in the first inning after Kyle Seager singled home D. Gordon. That made it 1-0, and then the Seattle Mariners got 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, thanks to RBIs by Mitch Haniger, who hit a single, and Kyle Seager, who hit a sacrifice fly. Then in the top of the 7th inning, the Rangers got a run, but the Mariners got that run right back in the bottom of the 8th inning when Mitch Haniger hit an RBI single. That made it 4-1. And that's how this ball game ends. Don't forget, we have 3 guaranteed games on this channel every day. Tomorrow's 3 features. The Red Sox will play the Angels at 4:05 Eastern Time. The Orioles will play the Yankees at 7:05 Eastern Time. And the Dodgers and Diamondbacks will play each other at 9:10 Eastern Time. But I'm Nicholas Callis saying so long from T-Mobile Park. You've been watching this presentation of Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game and all of our games are brought to you by MLB The Show 20. Once again, the final score, the Seattle Mariners 4 and the Texas Rangers 1.